Hey guys, my name is DrSharnael Wolverton-Sehon, and today I'd love to talk to you about purpose and how to find out what your purpose is. Let me tell you, sometimes it's a journey to just figure out what it is that you're supposed to be doing, or what you know in your heart you're supposed to be doing, and to actually make a living at it is a whole nother ball of wax, isn't it? So for me, I have to tell you, hey Mary, that in the beginning, I knew that in my heart, I have a passion, obviously, for ministry and God and people. I also have a passion for health and helping people to restore their health. And I also have this really strong passion for animals, and I'm going to give you a little bit of my journey, so maybe this can help you in your process of remembering your perfect purpose and how to create your purpose in a way that can sustain you financially. Because one of the keys to figuring out what your purpose is to think about what are the things that you're passionate about. What are the things that excite you? What are the things that get you up in the morning? What are the things that give you energy in your body? Like when I talk about things that I'm passionate about, I actually feel a surge of energy in my body. And some of those things that are in your heart or in your purpose, maybe you have pushed them down or oppressed them or haven't been aware of them in a while. Maybe you've been so busy doing the things that just in survival mode you've had to do that you haven't been awake and aware of your complete mission here. And so yes, we're all here to love. That is the number one thing. Everyone is created to be here. We were created in love. We are love. We come from love, and we stay, right? And our whole our whole purpose, yes, is to love everyone. And I will tell you that in my mission of doing ministry and being in the health industry and the healing industry and helping people remember and be restored to divine health, there was still something that was missing at that moment. And I was actually with my daughter, taking my daughter to a driver's school thing, and we went to this driver's school, dropped her off, and she was learning how to drive, doing education for driving. And when she calls me or texts me in the middle of her class, and she's like, oh my God, I keep hearing this like cry of like a kitten or a baby or something. And I was like, what the heck? So I drive back up there, and when I do, we realize that there is a sound of a meow, a cry of a kitten coming from the wall. Some of you may have seen the video. This is a couple years ago, but so we go into like survival, like protection, like superhero mode, and to be honest, we had to actually get like a crowbar and break through the drywall of this wall because a kitten and whoever else were somehow in the attic and had fallen through and were in between like the baseboards or I choose to know, the thick boards in the wall, and this cat had somehow managed to get inside in between that and was crying. Now once we got the cat out, I immediately was like, oh my God. I mean, this cat like looked like it needed to eat. I have no idea how long this cat was in there. And all this being said, I just was like, I'm taking this cat and I will help somebody find, it didn't even have his eyes open. And I was like, okay, this cat's coming home. Now, to that point, I did not think of myself as a cat person. I had German Shepherds and Rottweilers my whole life. I was super, very much a dog person. Matter of fact, to the point of making fun of people who were cat people. I just was like, cats at that moment were like mean and independent and kind of sassy and not really engaged with humans. And my experience at that time of going to other people's house with cats, where they were pretty much like, whatever, I could care less, and didn't really want to hang out with me at the time. So here I have this little baby, and I'm having to go to the store and get it, you know, all the things to nurse it and whatever, and put it out there on Facebook. Hey, we have this cat. Does anyone want to adopt this cat? Anyone looking for a kitten? Did this over weeks and stuff. And every day, getting up every hour or so, feeding the cat till it could eat on his own and drink on his own. And yeah, so yeah, it was eventually, there was no way anyone was going to get this cat. This is my cat, my blue angel, I called her. And it was, of course, in a time period where I needed the cat actually more than the cat needed me. It was one of those divine situations where this was going to be my forever baby. And it was my first male animal of any type. And so it was just like different. And it was awesome. And it was fun and easy and beautiful. Well, fast forward, the next summer, I'm bringing in my German Shepherd to the vet, and I walk in, and there's a lady there with a box crying, and she was, you know, I'm like, are you okay? You know, I didn't know if something died or, you know, a surgery or what, and she shows me inside the box, there's these 2 kittens that are also have their eyes closed and crying, and so I said, what's going on? And she's like, well, we found these cats, someone dropped them off at my work. The animal shelter won't take them because we're outside city limits, and my husband isn't going to let me keep these cats right now because I have to be fed every hour, and I have a 9 to 5, and you know, I don't like this vet. I brought them to the vet won't take them. I just don't know what to do. And I was like, total stranger, I'll take them, I'll watch them for you if you want me to. And before, I mean, this is coming out of my mouth faster than I'm processing with my brain or my heart. I'm just like, okay, I'm the one, you know, I am here, I might as well do this. And I literally am like telling this total stranger, why don't you get up every morning and bring them to me, and then I will love on them and take care of them while you're at doing your thing. I'll meet you over there in like 5 minutes. You do your thing, I'll take care of them, and then we will we'll meet up every day, and you can, because she wanted to keep the cats eventually. And I was like, great, you have a home, I'm just an interim mama. And so I did the whole thing, and you know, eventually after a couple days she came back and said, hey, it looks like my husband isn't wanting me to keep them at night either, because I'm having to get up in the middle of the night and it's keeping him up and the crying and whatever. I'm like, no problem. Why don't you just leave me these cats for a couple weeks, and when they're eating on their own, you can come get them. And so all that being said, I did it, and I told her there were only a couple times that I would not be able to keep the cats because I was going to be out of town and I want to make sure they were in full on whatever. So I brought them to her one day when I had to go out of town, and she had them, and I checked in and all that stuff. And when the end of the weekend came and I got off the plane, I called her. I'm like, hey, I'm going to come get them. And she informs me that one of them passed away. So I was really upset. I was feeling like, why did I give these cats to someone? You know, did she feed them right? Is she, all these other things going in my mind. If I had kept them, would they still be alive? Would this one still be alive? You know, all the stuff. So anyway, in the process, we called the shelter. The shelter said that there could be a virus or different things, that who knows what happens. And I say to them, well, hey, you know, if you're ever in a situation where you just need somebody to like bottle feed babies, I know this is so random, but if you ever need somebody, you know, let me know, because maybe I can help out a little bit. And she was like, that would be great. So I don't realize what I'm doing. I'm just like, whatever, because I work mostly at home doing consultations daily, and if kittens need to be fed every hour, I can work that in while I'm doing my thing. She gives me a call in 2 weeks and says I have a couple litters that need to be bottle fed, and I'm like, okay. And I was on my honeymoon, so when I got back, I called her, and she said, okay, those are gone. They've been adopted or fostered out. And she said, but I have 6 litters of kittens that just need to be fostered. Well, I'm like, well, what does that mean? What does it entail? And she explains to me that they get all these kittens, and some of them are feral, and that they can't be adopted out till they're 2 pounds. And when they are 2 pounds, that they need socialization so they can even go to Petco and be adopted out, and that they would provide the litter, the food, all the things, that I just needed to play with the kittens like all day, play with kittens, and make sure they're fed every morning, and you're supplying me all the stuff, and I just give them back when they're 2 pounds, and then you we helped get them into homes. Like, I'm not responsible for them forever. Like, I don't have this commitment that's ongoing. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be right there. And yeah, so the first set of litter that I actually got, I am in my guest room where we had the kittens kept separate. I'm sitting there and I'm watching these kittens, and I'm in this like total place of just like rest and happy and fulfilled and like kind of surreal moment that I just created a job for myself out of nowhere, out of my own passion and my own heart. And I have this instant moment where I'm literally in a barn, 5 or 6 years old, in Montana where I was born, and I'm seeing myself with a bunch of kittens. And I had suppressed this moment, but here I was in this moment, seeing myself and remembering all the summers that I spent in Montana where the kittens would come in the summertime, and I would spend all this time like getting with these kittens and feeding them and like making them feel safe and having them feel secure and getting them where they're tame, and sometimes hours and hours a day in this barn because we were like 30-some miles away from any other kids or any other houses or school. I had like a couple people in my class, and then we would start over every year because I'd have to leave after the summer, and I would come back and there'd be kittens again. It was always kitten season in the summer. And I was like, oh my God, this is my happy place. This is my passion. Like, this is what I was born to do. This is part of me feeling at home in my body and settled and relaxed. And the frequency of these kittens and the love that I feel from them, the love I get to give them, and the partnership I have with the shelter and all the people who are there. And this is just, anyway. So I encourage you to really follow your bliss. Follow what makes you happy. Because never in the world would I imagine that I am working at a shelter. We've had 55 kittens now since last August that we've found homes for, that we have got to baby and love and to be a part of. And one day when I'm in heaven, I'm going to see all those cats, and they're going to be like, hey, I remember you. You loved on me when I was a baby, and you gave me security and peace and food, and all the relationships that I've gotten out of that because I'm meeting these people who take these cats and who want these cats, and connecting with people and seeing the joy and health that comes with these baby kittens. And they're all so differently unique and loving. And so whether it's photography or basket weaving or frog breeding or tree growing or gardening or quilting or whatever your thing is, I encourage you to find what really truly makes your heart sing and what makes you happy, and to follow that, because you never know how you can create a career out of that. And so again, I love people. I love ministry. I created a whole career out of that, of helping people build and grow and restore and find health and restoration. And now I have this other segment, and things can change. You can find new things even at this age today, right now. What makes you happy? What makes you feel full? What makes your heart happy? And so I just encourage you to think about those things and to take the steps of whatever that necessary thing is to do your purpose, live your purpose, find your purpose, and create a path for you to be able to even get financially supported by what gets you up in the morning. That's kind of cool, to do your passion and to be paid for it, or and whether it's in reward or testimonies or actual even financial cash. So I hope this was helpful to you, just peering into my journey. I love you all. I vote all of your victory. Please continue to vote mine. And I bless you in what you're doing today. All right? Have a good one. Thanks.